So here's our blood vessel. And cholesterol, the LDL, it sits on the edge. And the reason it sits on the edge of the blood vessel is because of its low density. HDL, because of its high density, sits in the middle. And what's happening in the blood is that the arterial walls are breaking down because of environmental poisons. So we have many books in our library at home, and they're quoted in my book, Sustain Me. The Great Cholesterol Con by Dr. Malcolm Kendrick, The Great Cholesterol Lie by Dr. Dwight Lundell, a cardiovascular surgeon that's performed 10,000 bypasses. And he's written a book, The Great Cholesterol Lie. An Australian PhD, Dr. Peter Dingle, he wrote a book, The Great Cholesterol Deception. There's another book, The Great Cholesterol Hoax. Johnny Bowden wrote a book, The Great Cholesterol Myth. We're running out of names. And so Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride, the name of her book is Put Your Heart in Your Mouth. I guess there were no more names. Now, the first 3 chapters of her book, she shows that it's deterioration to the arterial wall that is causing a breakdown. So environmental poisons, they're everywhere. She spends the first 3 chapters listing them all. It's in our food, it's in our cleaning products, it's even in our clothes. Nap. You won't sleep well if you sleep with these fabrics, nylon, acrylic, polyester. In the Industrial Revolution, these fabrics were created in a chemical laboratory. Did everyone get that? A chemical laboratory. They're chemicals, and if they're on our skin, especially the ladies, you see men, it's usually cotton underwear, cotton undershirts, cotton shirt, cotton jeans, whereas the lady like the pretty things. And a lot of those pretty fabrics are made out of nylon, acrylic and polyester. And many ladies have gone to them because you just wash and hang and you don't have to iron, you can pull them out of your suitcase. It's a great deception because little by little these chemicals are coming into the body through our skin. So ladies, you go to an underwear shop and try and find a bra that's made out of natural fibre. It's almost impossible. But I know I'll tell you a funny story. When I was here 2 years ago, I was in, I think it was Coeur d'Alene. There's a Trader's Joe's there. And there was this big stand of underwear and leggings and singlets and tops. And it was all made out of bamboo. It was called Boody, B-O-O-D-Y. I got so excited. So I spent $200 buying all this stuff, leggings for my daughter, and I went home and I'm taking the brand off and I read the fine print, made in Australia. It's an Australian brand. So here am I filling my suitcase with something going back to Australia. And that's how I know that hopefully Trader Joe's in Coeur d'Alene still have that stand. So you can buy them, you just need to search out. And we the consumer have power. If every single woman would only buy bras out of natural fibre, that would change the store. But little by little, I mention this, and when we look at hormones, you'll see that it's also disrupting the hormones. But these chemicals are coming in, and what they're doing is they're effectively damaging the little endothelium cells that line the arteries. Little by little, in our food, in our cleaning products, what you're washing your clothes with, because remnants are still in the clothes. It's not the odd day you wear a polyester nightshirt or the odd day you don't. It's what you do every day, every day, every day. My daughter bought me a linen nightie. I look like I'm out of Little House on the Prairie. This big this big night bed. Oh, it's so nice to sleep in. And we spend a third of our life in bed, so be very careful on what are your sheets made out of, what's your pillow made out of, what are your blankets made out of. And I'm alarmed that I don't think there's been a home that I have been in my 9 months of travel, that doesn't have polyester blankets. Have a look at the blankets, polyester blankets. And I'm in New Zealand, and the New Zealand sheep farmers are burning their wool because the New Zealanders are buying polyester blankets. And when I was in Scotland last year, I said, stop buying the polyester, support your local industry, support your sheep farmers, buy wool. And I was signing books, and a young woman came up and said, I'm a shepherdess. Thank you so much for what you've just said. We're using our wool as mulch around the trees. It's been a total deception, really, hasn't it? And those chemical fabrics, little by little, they're coming in, they're disrupting body functions, they're getting into the blood, and they're eating away at the arterial wall. Okay, students, what's going to plug up the holes? LDL. And so it comes along and it starts plugging up the holes. What can also damage it is not only the many chemicals that we're exposed to, but it is also exposure to mold. Mold is a toxic poison. It can come into the body and it can damage the tissues. So absolutely, the processed food, we don't realise what's on that processed food, artificial flavourings and colourings, and so the damage continues. Cigarettes contain approximately 7,000 chemicals today, it is estimated. Now, do you know what that's called? That's called 85% occlusion of the arterial wall.